It's not good.
Hi tribe, we are Twin Oracles. Welcome to our channel. Hope you're having a lovely day.
So we're going to do a tarot reading. These are the decks that we may or may not use. The first one that we will be starting with is called the Affirmations, Words of Inner Wisdom. We will be using this one for sure. The second one is called Love Oracle Cards, Island, Time, Wellness. The third one is the Romance Angels Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue, and Tarot Cards Dark Forest on Etsy. Okay, so we're gonna start by shuffling. We'll see what messages come out. And I'm hearing losing hope, losing hope. So for some of you, you've been through it, through the ringer and back. That's exactly what I heard. And it's been a struggle, it's been long, and you're just trying to tie up loose ends and clean things up. Or at least that's what you're wanting to do. You're eager to do that. So just hang tough, stay strong, and know you're gonna get through this. Don't give up, don't discourage. And it's funny because I heard Feel to Heal, and the first card that came out is called Feel. And it's card number 38. It's okay to feel something and know the source. Sorry. It's okay to feel something and not know the source. It's also okay to feel something without trying to change how you feel. And the second might be empaths. So it's like there's a lot that you feel. You're constantly feeling things, and you're constantly picking up feelings not only for yourself but for other people. And so the key is to sift through these feelings. Are they mine or are they someone else's? That's the first key. The second key is to not take on these feelings into you. So, for example, what I mean by that is the feelings that you have are a tool. It's a tool to help you decipher, help you discern, and for the most part, help you to help others. Now, sometimes this can become an issue when we're taking these feelings of others onto ourselves, and in turn thinking that they are our own feelings. And so as an empath, in order to master being an empath, because this card is 38, which brings us to an 11, which is mastery. So you're really being asked to master your emotions, to master this gift that you have of feeling emotions, other people's emotions, your emotions. You can walk into a room and it can feel so heavy where no sooner did you just walk in, you got to walk right back out. And so to honor yourself and what you are feeling at any given point and moment. And this card that we have here is a number 4, and it's called Forgive. Pain, hurt, anger, heartache. These are the chains holding you back. Free yourself. Forgive. Now, this has a few different meanings to it. Okay, so the first meaning is to forgive yourself for you know not. And what I mean by that is, once you know how to harness your gifts of being an empath and harness your emotions, it won't be as hard to process them, deal with them, It won't be so hard to help yourself and to help others. But in the meantime, when you don't know of these things, it could be difficult for you to make it through a day, let alone a week.
Through a feeling, through an emotion.
And so it's number one, forgiving yourself for not understanding the feelings that you're picking up. Number two, it's also when it speaks of pain, hurt, anger, and heartache, these two could be feelings that you're picking up from other people, taking them on upon yourself as though they are your own, when perhaps they may or may not be. So very, very interesting what's coming out here.
So it's to use your discernment and to know what belongs to you, what doesn't belong to you, and either way, you don't need to even really know if it does or does not belong to you, but you're being asked to use your discernment to have the know-how to transmute, to transmute it into love. So to take whatever it is you're feeling and transmute it, not to hold on to it, not to internalize it, not to question it, not to, try to label it, but rather whatever it is you're feeling, allow yourself to feel it and then transmute it. So not to hold on to it too long.
So it's know thyself, as Hippocrates says. So know that if you are listening to this message and you are called to watch this video today, it's to know, it's for a big reason, is to know that you are an empath. And all these feelings that we've been discussing, this has been going on your entire life and most of you don't even know it. And so now that you know that you are an empath, for those of you that resonate with this, it's to know that you're holding yourself back when you don't know. But now that you know, you can do something about it and you can free yourself.
And if you are watching this video, you are an empath.
So let's dig in.
Let's dig into the tarot deck
And there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Because
for some of you, life has been so hard, and it's what we were picking up even before any cards fell out, that you've been through it.
And the thing is that your gift is a blessing, but when you don't know how to navigate your gift, it turns into a curse.
And that's when it chains you, as it says here, it chains you, it binds you. And that can be very difficult to deal with if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what an empath is.
Yes. Okay.
This is a big message, and some of you are listening and watching and saying, "Oh my gosh. This is the message you've been waiting for." So this is the breakthrough in your life that you've been waiting for.
And you might have been questioning, what's wrong with me? Why am I so emotional? And this is part of your gift. And it's to navigate it so that you can use it to your advantage, so that you can use it to fulfill your mission here on earth, so that you can use it to transmute these emotions into love, to take what is and transform it like an alchemist would. Take any item and turn it into gold, alchemize it. Beautiful, beautiful blessing. Now, some of you are being asked to walk away from people, things, situations, circumstances, jobs even, that do not serve you. There are people that are in your energy field, in your environment, in your life, that are wanting, willing, and able to win at all costs. No matter what it takes, no matter who or what they have to sacrifice, their mission is to win. Regardless of who they're hurting, who they might be trampling on, who they might be leaving behind. And so you're being asked to use your discernment to pick and choose who you allow into your energy field, to put up boundaries. You're really being asked to put up boundaries. Some of you may also have a blockage in your finances, a blockage in your creation, in manifesting what you want to receive, achieve in life, in grounding something, in taking, perhaps you had something you wanted to give birth to, maybe an idea, a creation, a thought, an object, an item that you wanted to give birth to. But there's a blockage here. There's people in your energy field, in your environment, that do not have your best interest in mind. In fact, they take advantage of your gifts. They take advantage of your beautiful heart. They take advantage of you. And somehow, some way, some shape, some form, you're enabling this. You're enabling these people, this person. It could be a boss, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be an acquaintance, it could be a lover, it could be someone, but there is someone or something in your energy field that is taking advantage of your beautiful, loving nature, your beautiful heart, and taking advantage of you.
Now, for some of you, this has been happening to you for 8 years. For some of you, it's been happening for 10 years. For some of you, it's been happening 16 years. Others of you, 38 years. Could be from, your first breath. For some of you, it's been your entire life. And a lot of you, it's been due to not knowing. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing all of this before. For if you knew differently, you would have chosen.
And it's to forgive yourself for then, so that you can allow now to take shape, to take form. So now that you know who you are, now that you know you're an empath, now that you know part of your gift is to feel your way through life, whether it belongs to you or not, regardless, you're here to feel it so that you can heal it. In other words, feel it so you can transform it. Whatever it is you're feeling, transforming it into love. Love, pouring your love onto it. But it's to know, first of all, that self-love, you are not meant to give your energy up to the world and to everyone, regardless of who these people may be. For some of you, it's a group of people. It might be 3, 4, 5 people. For some of you, it might be 2 people. But there's more than one. There's more than one person taking advantage of your kindness, your generosity, your beautiful heart. And it's to feel these emotions, because your gift is to feel these emotions so that you can heal these emotions, transmute them, transform them into love.
For you and for the other person that you're picking it up from.
And as you heal yourself, you heal the world. So you're the healer. You're like an octopus with all these antennae or these arms that can feel things all around you. And so you're meant to feel them so that you can heal them for yourself and for the world.
But
what happens is when you don't have clear boundaries, you're letting everyone into your environment, into your energy field, and you're allowing everyone to take from you in some way, shape, or form. They could be taking your thoughts. They could be taking your time. They could be taking your money. They could be taking your ideas. They can be taking your plans. They can be taking, in some way, shape, or form, you are allowing someone or some people to take from you. And you're being asked to pull back, take back your energy, take back your power, know thyself, know who you are. You are a beautiful, loving, caring, kind person with a beautiful heart. And you're being asked to use your discernment, allow the past to be in the past, allow the pieces to fall where they may, but using your discernment to now pick and choose who you allow into your life. Don't let them all in. Only allow those people in with a special magical ticket into your life. Ask for that admission ticket. From your higher self to their higher self, from your heart to their heart. Ask that they show their true intentions.
Look, you were in this lifetime and in any lifetime and in every lifetime, you were never meant to be oppressed. Some of you are being activated by these words right here, right now, and you are shocked. You are hearing a discovery that you have been waiting your whole life for. These words that we speak of ring so true to your soul, you're speechless.
I'm hearing flabbergasted. So maybe some of you like to use the word flabbergasted. If you're one of those people, then this message is definitely for you.
I'm just feeling very heavily this feeling of shock. Like, oh my gosh, those twins. Who are they? What are they? And how do I
take this message and apply it to my life? How do I learn from it?
Because you're going to notice now that you've heard these words, the reason why I'm saying everything that I just said in the last 2 minutes or so, or minute and a half, you will notice from this point moving forward that your life is going to change. What you put up with before, you will no longer put up with. You were never meant to be bound within your mind. You were never meant to be oppressed. We have the 8 of Swords, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the Tower. Your life is transforming. Your life is changing, and you will never be the same now that you know. Because you know now, and you're sick of this oppression. You're sick of being at the bottom of the barrel. Why? Because you were born with a different birthright. You were born to be treated as though you are royalty. We have the Empress. And this Empress card, I'll tell you right now, whether you're male or female, Empress or Emperor, this card right here, right now, trumps everything and says, enough is enough. This is where I draw the line in the sand. No more. I know who I am. I know what I came here to do. I know what I am to be now. It might take a little time. Yes. It might take a little work. Yes. But guess what? You were born bigger and you were born better than everything and anything that you have experienced in your life till now. And so I want to say, Queen or King or Emperor or Empress, whoever you are, dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and try again, try again. That song, I don't know who sings it.
Dust yourself off and try again.
So dust yourself off, pick yourself up, move forth with this information. This is key. You now know who you are. You can research it. You can read books upon it. Now there's starting to be more and more books on this. Okay, you can find YouTube videos, and let's not even get into if you're an empath, you have been dealing with a narcissist or narcissists in your life repeatedly. Let's not even get into that, but there's a lot of videos that you can watch about that as well, because a lot of this is narcissistic people that you will, when you feel is time for you, sooner than you think, I'm telling you it's going to happen, you will cut these people out and say, no, I deserve better. I know who I am now.
And in addition to this, I do want to add, I just forgot. I just forgot. It'll come back to me. Okay, let's shuffle the next deck. Island Time Wellness, Love Oracle cards. Oh, yes. If there has been a blockage in your finances, a blockage in love, a blockage in work, a blockage in fill in the blank, there has been people, yes, there has been people who have been trying to cut these things out of your life. Allow the pieces to fall where they may. Allow people to show their true colors. You take the next step and allow them to show themselves who they really are. And so what I mean by that is if you take the action steps towards self-love, and if someone is treating you the way they've always been treating you, and you either step aside, walk away, put up boundaries, and this person retaliates, reacts, does not enjoy your next move, your next step, you will know why.
If they are not for you, they are against you.
And so this is so funny. So that's what I forgot to say, was that if there's been any blockages in your life, it's for this reason. It's for the fact that there has been people out there that have not been for you. In other words, they have been against you, and they have not been for you. They have secretly, or not so secretly, tried to block you, stop you, prevent you from living your life purpose.
Or from being a queen or a king.
And from being that person that you came here to be. This is the card that came out. Cut them out. The people that are not for you, they are against you, and it is your responsibility to keep people in your circle who are for you,
who love you, who support you, who lift you up, who like to see you do good, who even like to see you doing better than them. Because why? Because they know that if you're doing better, they know they're next. And they have no jealousy. They're there to uplift you.
And they ask you, what do you need? What can I do for you? How can I support you? This Axe card says break up, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. So watch and see how people react when you start to put yourself first, when you love yourself, when you love thyself. Start to see those people that start to turn their shoulder, that start to give you the silent treatment, that start to abandon you, that start to neglect you, that starts to disown you. Watch those people who try to stop you from living on purpose, from living your purpose on purpose. These people are the same people that were stopping you, blocking you from living your purpose on purpose. That was their mission. That was their purpose. And you're being asked to stop this pattern.
And it's what we mentioned with this pattern, what we mentioned earlier when we had said, this has been going on. It's a cycle that's been continuing and happening for years. We mentioned the number of years for some 8, some 10 years, some 16 years, some 38, some your whole life.
Break the cycle.
And now I want to show you what is at the bottom of this deck, because it's pretty incredible, very validating, right? This card says lightning, and it connects with this Tower card that I had mentioned about earlier. And what does lightning say?
You know you have a card there, right? Okay.
It says sudden change. And I said, your life will change from this point. You will not be the same person. I guarantee it. Sudden change, shocking news. And I had said, this is shocking. And my twin had said, some of you are flabbergasted. This is shocking news that will bring sudden change. Surprise, epiphany. I had mentioned in the very beginning that some of you will be like, wow, oh my gosh. That's an epiphany. There's going to be an upheaval and a transformation in your life, because I'll tell you why. Once you know, you cannot unknow.
And once you hear, you cannot unhear this message.
And the energies of this Empress says, when I know I am the Empress, when I know I embody characteristics of the Empress, it's just a matter of time. When I sit on my throne, no one that is there to not support me shall be in my circle. Now, the cards do not lie. The card that was sitting right here the entire time says it's a snake. The snake card. Okay, what does this card say? Well, let's take a look. It says competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, and the other woman. So some people view you, they already, whether you know this or not, hear me out, please listen. These people that we speak of, they already know that you're royalty. They already know your pure heart. They already know how beautiful you are inside and out. And so that's why they're trying to bring you down.
But it's you that might not know it.
If you weren't all these things, they wouldn't care. They would just go on with their life. But they're trying to bring you down because you make them look bad. And so if they try to bring you down, you're on a level below them. And you're the only one here that doesn't know that you're of royalty.
And in addition to this, they try to bring you down because you have what they want. And so you have the power that they so desire.
And that's why they compete with you. And they do it in a strategic way. They're very clever when they do it. It's like the hidden fox. They do it behind a mask, a false illusion. They pretend like they're your friend. They pretend like they're your friend. So just
be aware.
Be aware that this is all.
So the one card that I want to touch upon, another card that came out, not enough. Somewhere down the pipeline, somewhere along the way, someone convinced you that you were not enough. And so you believed that to be true. Not enough says frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, jealousy. And so in a way, you have been self-sabotaging yourself by giving up your power onto others, perhaps out of fear of your own strength, of fear of your own gifts, the fear of your own power. But you're being asked to now take that back, claim what is rightfully yours. And the next card that came out is called the Boat. It's called Boat. Boat.
Right here. Moving on for that.
And it says, this one's coming next. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. You're being asked to cut out these people that don't serve you. You're being asked to move on. You will receive whatever it is you're being blocked from, you will receive it. Whether you're looking for love, finances, career, happiness, joy, prosperity, security, stability, whatever it is that you find a blockage in your life, you will receive that. But it's up to you to go get it. And in order to get it, you're being asked to first cut some people out and move on. And the card at the bottom of this deck,
and I do want to add, you already know all of this. We're not telling you anything you don't already know. And the reason why I say this is because these people that we speak of, you know in your heart of hearts, that it's not the first time. They haven't done this to you one time. They haven't done it to you 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You're in this cycle of heartbreak from these people. There's especially one person that really stabbed you in the back harshly. And you know, you were shocked when it happened. You couldn't believe that you could have been so deceived. And you grieved over it and mourned over it because you're an empath. You have so much love. Your heart is so pure and it hurt you bad. It hurt you deeply. You're still sad over it.
But you're also sad over the fact that how could I let this happen to me? How could I let this happen to me?
Just think about that for a second. Now, it's okay that you allowed it to happen till now, but now you know a different story.
And so I really want you to take a moment to look at this card. It sums things up pretty nicely. The Sword and the Rose. This is the card at the bottom of the deck. The Sword and the Rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. You have the power that other people desire. You now have the clarity and the truth and the revelation of being an empath.
You also have the power to love yourself enough to put yourself first, loving yourself enough to say goodbye. You have this power within you. If you did not, you would not be watching this video right now. This is just clarification for you. This, my love, is just validation for you. You've known this all along. It's in your heart of hearts. And you do have the power to heal from this. You have the power to move on and to be stronger than you've ever been. I promise you, it will take time, yes.
Or not.
Or not. My sister likes to do everything instantly. For me, it takes a little bit of time, of course. I'm the younger twin.
She's twin B. I'm twin A.
Yeah, it took me a little longer.
So there's a lot of messages here for you. Everything we say with love. Everything we say with love. Now you've been told, you've heard it, you can't unhear it.
However, you do have free will, so you can do whatever feels right to you. Always follow your intuition first.
And maybe this video was just planting a seed for now, but do not underestimate the power of planting a seed.
Or maybe this video is giving you that final push to do what's right for you.
But nonetheless, as we've mentioned, we
love you.
And we thank you for watching. We thank you for listening. We thank you for your time. And we also ask that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Please remember to share this channel with your friends, family, and loved ones, because you just never know who you might help. You just never know who needs to hear this message.
And it's time to put yourself right back up on that throne. It's where you came from, royalty. It's who you came here to be.
And it's where you belong.
Exactly. We love you.
And we close out this reading with much love.
Thank you for watching.